morning to all my dear students. Today we shall start PUC second year business studies chapter number 11, that is marketing. So, my dear students, in general, what do you understand by the term marketing? Marketing simply, according to you or a layman for this marketing subject, might say marketing means shopping. Shopping in the sense going to any of the shop and buying the goods and services necessary for the day-to-day life. My dear students, this is the most vague meaning of marketing, but marketing is a very broader concept. So some people believe that marketing is same as shopping. It's not simply shopping. There are some other people who confuse marketing with selling and feel that marketing activities starts after a product or service has been produced. No, this is also again a wrong statement. Marketing activity will never ever start after the goods or services are produced. Rather, it is going to start prior to production of any of the goods and services. So, some people describe it to mean merchandising or designing a product. It's not simply designing a product, it's still a very broader concept. So, all these descriptions may be partly correct, but marketing has a very broader concept. That concept we shall study in the chapter. Traditionally, marketing has been described in terms of its functions or activities. What functions or what activities does the marketing involves? On the basis of the functions and activities, we can describe marketing. In this respect, marketing has been referred to as performance of business activities that direct the flow of goods and services from producers to consumers. Performance of that business activity that is going to help in flow of goods and services from producers to consumers. Again, my dear students, this is a very traditional meaning of marketing, but it does not involve only movement of goods from the producer, means manufacturer, to the users or the consumers. Is not the it's not going to cover the entire meaning of marketing, but traditionally this concept was understood as marketing. The marketing firms do not produce goods for their own consumption. Hope you all agree. Nobody is going to produce anything exclusively for their domestic use or self-consumption, but for the consumption or use by others. They are going to produce goods and services for others, for helping their consumers to satisfy their needs and wants. So therefore, to move the goods and services from producers to consumers, a number of activities such as product designing, merchandising, packing, warehousing, transportation, branding, selling, advertising, and pricing are required. These all various activities are supposed to be performed if a good has to be moved from the place of the producer to the place of the consumer. So what they are supposed to do? What are the basic activities supposed to be performed? Product designing. Product should be designed in a very unique manner, and the design of the product should be that comfortable for the customers to use. It should be space saving, it should be not too heavy, it should be handy. So there are many different needs of the customers. Those are supposed to be solved by the product design. Means you're not supposed to make a small product into a bulk product which is going to use more space. So space saving is also very important. Like that, still many different product designs are going to, product designing is a very important aspect. Again, in the same way, packing, warehousing, merchandising, transportation, branding, when you're going to design a product, you are supposed to pack it in a very attractive manner, and customers are going to be very much attracted only by the packing. God knows what is there inside, but still people nowadays are very much attracted by the packaging only. So, warehousing. What do you mean by warehousing? Because goods are produced throughout the year. Sometimes some goods are utilized only seasonally, and some goods are produced seasonally but are supposed to be utilized throughout the year. Like this, many different problems of time or space or place can be solved through warehousing. And transportation, obviously the market will be in at the heart of the city, but the production unit or the factory will be at the outskirts, and availability of raw materials will be somewhere else. So transportation is going to create link between all these three concepts. And branding means giving a name to the product and making that name well known name for the customers, so that easily customers may demand for the product on the basis of the name. Because there are n number of biscuit companies, there are n number of soap companies producing the soap. If customer is supposed to buy your company's product, there should be some name for the product, and that name should always be set in the minds and hearts of the customers. So branding is going to help you in that aspect. Selling, advertising, obviously information about the product should be made available to the customers. Then only they'll come to know that the product is available in the market for so and so price and quantity. They can easily come and buy the product. So pricing is the most important aspect, where producers are going to, or marketers are going to play in the market only with the, in most of the times only with the pricing aspect. So sometimes you might have heard any of the products MRP as 999. What is that? Simply 999 is a simple strategy through which the customer through which the producer is going to play with the minds of the customers. But it's actually 1,000, but rather customers feel that, oh, it's below 1,000, and they'll go ahead to buy the products in many situation. So these all aspects are supposed to be taken care by the marketer before any product is produced. So all these activities are referred to as marketing activities. These are called as marketing activities. See, simply flow of goods and services from the producer to the customer is not marketing. Marketing involves a very, very broader concept, which includes all the basic concepts which we have discussed so far. Thus, merchandising, selling and distribution are all parts of a large number of activities undertaken by a firm, which are collectively called as, these all smaller activities are collectively called as marketing. So what happens is, it may be noted here that marketing is not merely a post-production activity. It's not a activity which is performed after production, rather it is performed before the production of any goods and services. So it includes many activities that are performed even before goods are actually produced and continue even after the goods have been sold. See, nowadays even after the goods have been sold is keeping regular in touch with the customers and asking the customers to frequently come to your organization for the sake of free services, something like that, so that customers are never ever will forget the name of the marketer. Means selling one time is not important, selling repeatedly is very much important. To sell the same product repeatedly to the same customer, it's very difficult. So manufacturer has to grab the attention of the customer every now and then, and he should look after the repeated sales. So for example, activities such as identification of customer needs, collection of information for developing the product, what is actually needed by the customer, you are supposed to read the minds of the customer and then prepare the goods on the basis of the need of the customers. So collection of information for developing the product, and what product is in need by the customer, you have understood now. But to produce such kind of product, you are supposed to put some efforts on R&D activities, you are supposed to do some research and development activities, and you are supposed to find out a method how to produce the product. So what happens is, you are supposed to put in lot of efforts in developing the product as per the needs of the customers. Designing suitable product packaging and giving it a brand name are performed before commencement of actual production. So similarly, many follow-up activities are required for maintaining good customer relationship for procuring repeated sales. So, in modern terms, emphasis is placed on describing marketing as a social process. See, marketing is a social process. Nowadays, people are not that much money minded. They want good relationship with the customers, and so that customers are going to be in touch with the producers, and frequently they can demand for the goods and services. So, it is a process whereby people exchange goods and services for money or for something of value to them. Ultimately, they are going to exchange goods and services for money and money's worth, or money's worth, that is something of value to them. Means maybe now also sometimes barter system also may come into existence. For example, always you need not sell a product for the sake of money. You might sell a product for the sake of another product which is having some value to the seller. So, Philip Kotler is the father of modern marketing. He has given the definition of marketing. We shall look into it. Taking the social perspective, Philip Kotler has defined marketing as a social process by which individual groups obtain what they need and want. See, it is a social process by which individual groups obtain, means they are going to get what they need and want through creating offerings. So here, producer is going to offer the goods and you are going to offer him the money. So creating offerings and freely, this is very important, freely exchanging products and services of value with others. There should be some value in the products and services, and that products and services can be freely exchanged. No compulsion or anything else. Simply, if they are interested, they are going to buy your products. If they are interested to pay the price which you are demanding for your product, there can happen an exchange of goods and services for money or some money's worth. So there are different features of marketing. First one is needs and wants. You should by this time understand what is the difference between need and a want. So needs and wants means the process of marketing helps individuals and groups in obtaining what they need and want. In other words, focus of marketing process is on satisfaction of needs and wants of individuals and organizations. Ultimately, the entire marketing activity is revolving uh, 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 around this concept of needs and wants, because whatever is actually in need and whatever the customers are willing to have, you are supposed to purchase. You are supposed to produce. You can't produce whatever products you want, and you can't promote or you can't sell them. So ultimately, the goods and services which you produce should be having capacity to satisfy the needs and wants of the customers. So a need is a state of felt deprivation or feeling of being deprived of something. You will be having a feel that you are in need of, or you are not having something. What you are not having, for example, when you are hungry, you will not be having having food to satisfy your hunger. So food is the basic thing which is going to keep you alive. So if unsatisfied, it leaves a person unhappy and uncomfortable. Whenever you're hungry, if you don't get food at the right time, you will be obviously unsatisfied and unhappy and uncomfortable. So the thing which is going to keep a human being unsatisfied and unhappy if not having it, it is called as a need. Suppose now I am in need of shelter. I need a house to stay, a good house to stay. Then obviously, when I am in need of shelter, a house is going to satisfy my need of shelter or safety. So that is my need. For example, on getting hungry, we become uncomfortable and start looking for objects that are capable of satisfying our hunger. So need are basic to human beings and do not pertain to a particular product. It's not exactly a particular product, rather it is just a food. For example, whenever you're hungry, any food can satisfy your hunger. It's not that whenever you're too much hungry, you need pizza, burger or something. So when you demand for pizza, burger, that is your want, it's not your need. Food, basic food is the need, and in a need, if it is particular, it accounts to the wants. So need is a state of hope you have understood the meaning of need. Now we shall see wants. Wants are objects that are potential satisfiers of needs. See, a need can be satisfied with the wants, potential satisfiers of needs. Human needs are shaped by such factors as culture, personality, and religion, so are called as wants. Ultimately, all the needs are shaped by their culture, personality, religion, their background. So many different factors are going to influence on what you need and want. A basic need for food, for example, may take various forms such as want for dosa and rice for a South Indian, and chapati and vegetable for a North Indian. So need is basic for all, it is similar to all, but want always depends upon, or want always is influenced by the culture, the place, the geographical area, everything is going to come to a matter. For example, for South Indian, they require dosa or rice to satisfy their need. But for a North Indian, to satisfy the need of food, they require specifically chapati or vegetables. So the food habits of different people vary from place to place. For example, like geographical areas. So ultimately, everybody's want may not be same, but everybody's need will be same. So ultimately, the marketer, what he has to do, he has to understand the needs and wants of the customers and try to satisfy according to their needs, according to their culture, habits. So different aspects they are going to ultimately take care of and satisfy the needs and wants of the customers. The second point is market offerings. What do you mean by market offerings? You are not selling simply the product or a service, you are selling the bunch of various aspects attributed to the product or the service. So it is called as market offering. Combination of products, services, information, or experiences offered to a market to satisfy a need or want. So entities, products, services, persons, place. Entities such as products, services, persons, place, organizations, information, and ideas. Anything which you are going to offer along with the basic product to the customer is called as market offering. When you are selling a motorbike, you are not only selling the motorbike, you are even selling you're even attracting the customer through various offers during festivals, and you are even providing him after sales services. And as soon as the customer enters the organization or your shop, how you're going to talk to him, what offers you're going to provide to him, how much comfortable and how much ease you're going to make him is going to fetch you a demand for the product. So entire aspects which are involving along with the product are together considered as market offerings. So market mafia means paying more attention to the specific products a customer offers. Paying more attention to a specific product a customer offers than to the benefits and experiences produced by these products. At the most, there are various benefits and experiences the product is going to provide you, but ultimately you are going to concentrate on what aspect you are looking upon while purchasing a product. See here, for example, Jio Revolution. See, Jio company is not only selling the network, it's proclaiming itself to sell or connecting everyone, connecting everything, connecting everywhere. So everywhere, everyone, anything or everything can be connected means it is providing a bunch of various kinds of services, products, experiences, and relationships with the customers. So market offering is whole and soul concerned with the various activities along with the selling of a particular product, what all you're providing to a customer. So creating a market offering means market offering refers to complete offer for a product or service having given features, its features, quality, taste, size, etc., at a certain price, available at a given outlet or location, and so on. If offer is for a cell phone, available in 4 different versions. See, again, cell phone is available at 4 different versions on the basis of certain features such as size of memory, television viewing, internet, camera, etc. So what all you can offer along with the product is also kept in mind before buying a product. For a given price, say between 5,000 to and 20,000 depending on the model selected, available for sale at firms' exclusive shops in and around all the metropolitan cities in the country. So a good market offer is the one which is developed after analyzing the needs and performances of the preferences of the potential buyers. Whatever market offering you're going to give, maybe you're going to give discount, cash discount or trade discount, or you are going to give some free offers, and you might give for example some accessories relating to that at free of cost. So these all things are kept in mind after studying the preferences of the potential buyers. So ultimately you're not selling only the product, you're selling all the other aspects, all the other aspects revolving around the product. So that is called as in total market offering. Coming to the next point, that is customer value. So what is customer value? All the benefits received and cost, time and efforts. See, how the customer should feel while purchasing your product is, he should feel the cost and time and effort which he has invested in buying the product should be very much equal to the benefits received by the product. So surplus equals perceived customer value. The benefits should be more than the cost which the customer is going to invest on a product, means it is the customer value. You are supposed to provide customer value, means the process of marketing facilitates exchange of products and services between buyers and sellers. Process of marketing facilitates exchange of products and services between buyers and sellers. The buyers may make buying decisions on their perceptions of the value of the product or service in satisfying the needs in relation to its cost. How much cost I am going to spend in buying a product, how much money I am going to utilize in buying the product, that money should be equal to the service or satisfaction the product is in return giving to me. So the product will be purchased only if it is perceived to be giving greater benefit or value for the money. When the product will be giving me greater benefit of value for the money, I will be the perceived customer who has received the entire value in the product. So a product will be purchased only if it is perceived to be giving greater benefit, not exactly equal, still more greater benefit or value for the money. So the job of marketer therefore is to add to the value of the product so that the customers prefer it in relation to the competing products and decide to purchase it. Ultimately your competitor's product and your product will be studied by the consumer, and later if your competitor's product if your product is more valuable to the customer, he is going to buy your product than the competitor's product, or else the reverse of that. So customer value in mobile means customer is going to see, I mean, he has to take a better decision, and money should be saved, and social connectivity has to happen, coolness, entertainment, utility, convenience, better service, each and every aspect he is going to match between your product and your competitor's product, and later which product is going to give him maximum value, he is going to buy that product. So you are supposed to think that, you are supposed to always keep in mind that your product should be giving more customer value than your competitor's product. So exchange mechanism, what do you mean by exchange mechanism? During marketing, or if there should be a marketing activity performed, compulsorily there should be an exchange of goods for some value. So in this picture you can see that they are paying the money and buying the goods, and they have showed the laptop. What is that? Is nowadays everything has become digitalized. By sitting at home only, we buy the goods and services by paying through online modes of payment. So this is the modern way of exchange mechanism. Ultimately, in traditional way, again by hand to hand we could exchange the money and goods or services. So the process of marketing consists of exchange of goods and services for money or money's worth. See, always don't think that only money has to be paid in purchasing of any goods and services. Even money's worth, for example shares, debentures, gold, or any of the other goods can be exchanged for some goods. The mechanism helps both buyers and sellers to get what they desire. Seller is in need of money, buyer is in need of goods and services. So both need and wants are in exchanged, or are actually satisfied during this exchange. So exchange is defined as an essence of marketing. It's an essence of marketing. Now the fourth point is exchange mechanism. We shall study it in detailed manner. The individuals obtain what they need and want through the process of exchange. Here individuals means buyer and seller. Buyer is in need of something and seller is in need of something. Both need and wants are satisfied through the exchange of goods and services for some value. The process of marketing involves exchange of products and services for money or something considered valuable by the people. The process of marketing involves exchange of products and services for money or something considered valuable by the people. For example, a person feeling hungry may get food by offering to give the money or some other products or services in return to someone who is willing to accept the same for food. You go to a hotel and free of cost you can't have anything, you're supposed to pay for it. If you're not having money in the pocket to pay for it, you're supposed to render some service at the hotel. So ultimately it is an exchange for some value. So goods are produced at different places and are distributed over a wide geographical area through various middlemen involving exchange at different levels of distribution. Again, my dear students, distribution always does not happen at a one stop. Means you are supposed to take the help of wholesalers, retailers, and ultimately the goods can be reached to the end customers or the end users. So conditions to be satisfied for an exchange or for exchange mechanism, there are some of the conditions to be satisfied. First one is involvement of at least two parties, whereas the buyer and the seller. Obviously, if I am supposed to exchange something, there should be someone to receive that. There should be two parties, that is buyer and seller. Second point is each party should be capable of offering something of value to the other. And if I am offering them a product, they should be ready to offer me the money which I am actually demanding for. So for an exchange to happen, there should be exchange. They should be capable of offering something of value to the other. One to the other should provide some valuable thing. If I am buying a product, that product will be valuable for me, and if I am paying the money will be valuable to the seller. So the third point is each party should have the ability to communicate and deliver the product or service. Without communication with each other, we can't exchange the product. How will a person understand that I am ready to sell a mobile phone? Or maybe it is just a An example, I may not be having a particular shop. Suppose if I'm selling my second and or old used mobile phone to someone, if that, how will the person understand that I am selling a product and maybe the other person is in need of the product? Until and unless you communicate with each other, you can't understand what one person is offering and whether the other person is in need of that offer. So communication is very 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 important aspect to make understand the people what is available with you and what you're ready to sell. So each party should have freedom to accept or reject other party's offer. This is very much important. You can't force, you can't uh, you can't say that if you're not going to provide the service or a product, I'm going to shoot you or something. With fear or anxiety, the exchange should not happen. It should be at a free flow, means there should be freedom to accept or to reject other parties offer. So the parties should be willing to enter into the transaction with each other. They should be ready to enter into the transaction with each other, means one person can't say that you provide me the goods but I'll not provide you the money. No, both should be willing to enter into the transaction with each other. Acceptance or rejection of the offer takes place on voluntary basis, not on compulsion. Whether they buy it from you or buy it from your neighboring shop or from your competitor, it's not the matter. Ultimately, exchange or acceptance of the offer should be voluntary and it should not be compulsion. So these were the four aspects or features of marketing. What is the first point we have discussed today? That is need and want. For a marketing to happen, there should be need and want, which is supposed to be satisfied by the seller. And second point is market offering. There should be some, market offering is a very important aspect, creating a market offering. And fourth point is customer value. And the last or the third point is customer value, and the last fourth point is exchange mechanism. These are the features of marketing. And last concept, simply for a knowledge sake, if I happen to discuss what can be marketed, almost everything can be marketed. What can be marketed? Maybe only the mother's love cannot be marketed. Apart from that, anything and everything in the world can be easily marketed. So for example, physical products, DVD players, motorcycle, iPod, cell phone, footwear, television, refrigerator, anything which you can touch, feel and see, physical products can be marketed. And services, for example, insurance, healthcare, business process outsourcing, BPO, security, easy bill service, financial services, computer education, online trading. What I am right now teaching is also the service. So even I am selling it for the salary. I'm not doing anything at free of cost. So services are also marketed. Ideas. So if polio vaccination, help age, family planning, donation of blood by Red Cross, donation of money on Flag Day, National Foundation for Communal Harmony. So ideas can also be marketed. Persons. What is this persons? For election of candidates for certain post, you are going to market the person, means you're going to give advertisement about a particular person who is contesting the election. So place, visit Agra, city of love, Udaipur, the city of lakes, Mysore, the city of gardens. uh, when Orissa celebrates Elven the god join in. Elven the god join in. So these many different events can also be marketed. Places can be marketed. Experience. Customized experiences as dinner with a cricketer, say Dhoni, lunch with a celebrity, say Bill Gates or Aishwarya Rai, or experience of Bellino riding, mountaineering, etc. So experiences can also be marketed. For example, your amusement parks, they market experience. The moment you enter the amusement parks and you start playing the games which are there, what you're going to receive there for the money which you have given them is the experience, the fun, the entertainment. So properties, intangible rights of ownership or real estate in financial property, shares and debentures. For example, intangible rights of ownership of real estate, and in financial property, what happens? You may even sell shares and debentures. Events may be marketed. For example, sports events, say Olympics, cricket series, and Diwali Mela, fashion show, music concert, film festival, elephant race, Kerala tourism. So even events can be marketed. Information, so production, packaging, and distribution of information by organizations such as universities, a research organization providing information as market information, marketing research agencies, technology information, advertisement ad agencies. What they are going to help you? They are going to help you in selling the information, or making your customers or prospective customers know about the availability of the product. Organizations can also be marketed, it seems, for boosting their public image. Organizations such as Hindustan Lever, Ranbaxy, Dabur, Procter and Gamble communicate with people. For example, how they communicate with the people is with their tagline or the punchline. They say, Philips says, let's make things better. So the punchline or the tagline of the various organizations are going to market what actually they render. So ultimately, anything and everything can be marketed in the world. That is, for example, goods, service, experience, person, place, properties, organizations, information, events, idea, and innovation. Hope you have understood the day's video. Simply, it's a small concept for you to think. So Reliance is at war with everyone. For example, Reliance Industry is providing n number of services or goods for the customers, but they are facing n number of competitors every day. For example, in every area of their business. For example, JioMart is actually facing competition with Amazon, Flipkart, so e-commerce, and Reliance Petroleum with ONGC, Indian Oil, so in gas and oil industry. And Network 18 is Reliance Television, which is actually facing competition with Star, ZTV in media sector. And Geo Health Hub is actually facing healthcare. It's a healthcare unit which is facing competition with Practo and MedLife and Mbabe. So it's Reliance Online Education which is facing competition with Mbabe. It's facing competition with Byju's. And Geo Money. So Geo Money is facing competition with Paytm, Google Pay. So this is wallets and payments sector. And GeoMeet, it is facing competition with Zoom and Google Meet. And Geo Network is facing competition in telecom. It's facing competition with Airtel and Vodafone. And Geo Musical streaming is facing with Ghana and Spotify. So JioSmart is facing competition in retail sector with Big Bazaar, DMart, and Reliance Digital with Chroma, like in electronics. So see, at every area Jio has entered, but in every area it's having equal and tough competitors. So my dear students, Everywhere there is competition, and only because there is a competition, you're not supposed to step back. You're supposed to always go ahead and face the competition and win the race of life. So thank you.